Welcome to a beautifully styled world. The goal of the game is to help our people survive while cooperating with nature. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a lot to this game, including like all these resources and stuff up here, and it may seem confusing. At first, we're gonna kind of go through this piecewise to try to understand the systems of the game. It all starts with making a founder's square. It's the heart of a city, and inside of its range, other buildings and projects will become more efficient. So I'm gonna plop it down right here. And then over time, well, villagers kind of take some supplies from the starting stock and put this thing together. If you like what you see, the game is Synergy. It just came out with this 1.0 version right now, and you can get the game via the link in the description. Thank you to Goblins Publishing for sponsoring this video. Next, we gotta get some shelter for our people. The desert is cold at night. So you can see that people need food, clean water, and good body temperature. And eventually there'll be secondary quests called satisfactions, like friendship and love. If I have more housing than number of people, then we make babies. This game doesn't have child labor, unfortunately. So you gotta wait one cycle for them to grow up into adulthood. And you want tents inside the district zone, and ideally in the shade. So you can see here, if the building's not in the shade, has like mediocre temperature stats, but inside the shade, 10 out of 10, 45 degrees of temperature protection. So I'm just gonna get down 6 tents. And all these are in the shade, and they'll put together the temps at 6 of them. The houses are complete, but now we gotta mine some rocks. So we're gonna need techniques to extract them. And right now, we can rip them out. I assume there'll be better ways we can research. And we can store resources like in a water tower or a cellar or small warehouse. So actually, let's make a small warehouse right now. And I think it doesn't matter if this is in the shade or not. So I'll put it down here over by the rocks, because what I want to do is come to the rock and rip it out. It doesn't seem like I'm working with the environment here, but these things are kind of big pimples on the land. So sometimes you just gotta squish them. The small warehouse is finished. And these nice little villagers have ripped out a rock. Goes into the warehouse, and we're storing the other resources into the warehouse as well. I can be more efficient with transportation. If I make roads, people will go faster on them. And there's a carrier tower where someone's full-time job can be transportation. They're poor backs. So how about I make some paths here? Yeah, just a little path here. In the past, our community has tried to collect resources from its environment without understanding it. We have witnessed plants wither, meager groves scorch, and quarries depleted. We must not repeat the mistake again. To better understand the behavior of local specimens, we need to equip our scientists with a field laboratory and send them on an expedition to study those species. So I guess this is a post-apocalyptic game. So if we're gonna do science, we need a field laboratory. And apparently also provides a knowledge bonus to houses. And it's got a huge range. So I wanna cover like a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, this has a few different biomes covered in it and all the houses. So let's get building. Okay, the field laboratory is built, but now I need a scientist. This knowledge will help you get resources without harming your citizens or the environment. I can analyze a plant. Oh, surface analysis. Draw conclusions from this. Okay, so we're going to refine our knowledge over time. Analyze a plant that produces sauropods. I don't know what a sauropod is, so I guess I'm just going to try a bunch of plants and see what happens. Analyzing, returning with the data. The riverbank finger is being analyzed. Well, hold on, you seem to be going back and forth quite a bit. How about I make a little path for you? Speed things up a bit. Ah, there you go. They're going across the path, moving quicker. I like it. And the analysis has finished. It tells me we get seeds for ripping it out. And if we harvest it, we get toxic water, which keeps us alive, but with disease. Toxic water is better than no water, but let's see if I can find something else. Let's analyze this tree. Found the sunshade tree. If I rip it out, I get tree trunks. If I harvest it, I get branches, and that doesn't destroy it. All right, at least the tree is not deceptive. I guess I could speed this up by adding more scientists. Nobody else is really doing anything. Okay, I could set up a queue. How about I analyze some of these rocks over here and complete the path all the way to it? I could also analyze these out there, which I'm sure would be beneficial to have a path. Ooh, I've analyzed a thing. Petrified giant. If I rip it out, I get boreal rocks. If I harvest it, I also get boreal's rock, but I need a cabin for that. Scattering seeds and shelling give mushrooms. What else do I want to learn about? Well, how about these fruity plants? Oh, I found out about the giant fungus. If I notch it, I get toxic water. I need non-toxic water. Rip it out, gain mushrooms. Harvest it, I get mushrooms, but it also kills the plant. Diluvian bush. I rip it out, I gain branches. I harvest it, I get sour pods. There we are. So now I have a cellar This is where I could store the food. That's got to be within the range of houses, but it also has its own range. Probably would want it to be in range of plants as well. Yeah, this covers the houses and a ton of food. Seems like a good center point. What else do I want to analyze? Well, this has a question mark. Wonder what that is. In the meantime, we do have a cellar complete. So here, configure the cellar so it requires 100 sour pods. There we are. To get food, I must harvest. Harvest, I need the picker's cabin, which is this right here. I'll plop that in right about here. Get that built. I also have another analysis. Whipping gourd. Seed scattering and seed and kill the plant. If I rip it out, I get clean water. Sounds valuable. If I harvest it, I get Linus. I don't know what that is. But I get a wound. So I don't know. Ripping that out sounds valuable if I'm short on water. I have 100 water, so keep an eye on that. I also have 100 basic food, so I really don't want to run out. There's the cabin. So I could put 2 citizens to it. And I could start picking on the bush. Very nice. I think I can pick on all the bushes. I can pick on 3 bushes. Call them names and shit. Make them sour, get their pods. All right, good work. Any more science I can do? Oh yeah, out here. What is this? Cinder sprouts. As far away, it's interesting. I can actually analyze outside the range. There's a rock in the way of my desired path. Give me that. Ah, now I've got the pods, but now I need clean water. The pontoon lets me get clean water in small quantities or toxic water in larger quantities. I don't want toxic water. And okay, there's like a whole menu here of like different buildings I can have. So I need a water tower, and it should have housing and the city center in the range. In fact, it benefits a lot from all these. So I'll put it like smack dab in the middle, but it's gotta have a pontoon, and pontoon seems like, yeah, I just need to probably attach it to the river. Yeah, so like these are locations for it. Yeah, so looky here. You can make a little dock. I think it'll be in the range of the water tower. Set that up there. Whipping gourd. I think I may just take some clean water from it. This may be a mistake. I may need to research more about it, but let's rip it out. Take a look at this water tower. It has a max storage of clean and toxic water, but I certainly don't want toxic water. And build into docks. Work in progress. I've also analyzed the cinder sprout. Ripping it out gives bark. Harvesting gives bark, but it's repetitive. Seed scattering and seeding injure citizens. So I need 2 citizens on the pontoon once it's finished. And there we go. And I am harvesting just clean water. And I got the water from the plant. Ooh, 8 adults have joined the city. Fresh meat. So I'm gonna need more houses, but also I'm gonna need to research. The dry season is a recurrent challenge for your city. That's when water holes dry out, preventing pontoons from collecting water. Temperature rises sharply, and dry seasons get more intense over time. So I must research to save myself. I'm on cycle 1, almost done with cycle 1 actually. And I can see I'm in a temperate season and have 3 temperate seasons in the near future, but who knows if that'll change. I also got a research tree. So to research, I need science points and heritage points. Science comes from science, and heritage comes from stuff like housing and culture. Interesting. Okay, so this is like stuff I've already unlocked, like buildings and material storage and water storage. Ooh, toxic water purification. Sounds valuable, but I have the research center bookmarked. Costs 3 science points, and it produces science points over time, which could let me come up here. Tables and green space. Oh, that's expensive. Ooh, exploration missions. Also too expensive. Dish preparation, also expensive. But you know what? I'll get more science. I can do some cool stuff with that. Then here I have a research center. I could probably have that away from the housing. Get that building right there. 6 of my citizens are homeless. That's terrible. I'll build more houses. Just trying to find shady spots for that. Up here. There we go. Once those are complete, everyone will be housed. And my tents are completed. And it's the beginning of a new cycle. It's also a temperate season, and now the research center is completed. All right, I got 10 available citizens, so I'll just put as many of them as I can on the research center, so I can expand my city and develop new districts. Okay, with a new founder's square. I must find the plants to provide the necessary resources to upgrade your district. All right, so tables and green space research. Look at this. Oh, I got a lot of science points. So I get an advanced district this way. So the idea is then I can go to an upgrade on the square. I get a green park square or display square. which has a lot of bonuses that we'll dive into later. Oh good, I have the necessary rocks and bark to upgrade it. And I need one more tent. So why not right here? And okay, I want district score. Interesting. So if I get a higher score, then I can unlock a different tier. Okay, it's like I do these things and I get the points. Fantastic. To obtain certain resources, a refining stage might be necessary. Yeah, I can't just rip it out of the ground. So first I need some research. Dish preparation, which allows me to prepare meals for the citizens. I do have enough science points. There's also this to grow a new one, which is pinned. This allows me to grow plants. So now I need a kitchen. That's been unlocked. I need 20 boreal rocks. So I guess we're gonna come on over here and rip them out. Yoink. My rocks now. Okay, now can produce the kitchen. And I think if I was to start this over, I would have had a bit more deliberate city planning. But for now, we'll just plop it here. Pretty close to the storage anyway. There we go. Kitchen complete. So then, let's have 2 people on it. So what can I make? What, rough porridge or mushroom soup? Rough porridge seems to be more water efficient, but what is it that it needs? Seeds. Oh, okay, so I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get seeds. Unless, I'd rather have mushroom soup. Well, this needs mushrooms. I've gotten seeds or mushrooms, but we can figure this out via the Book of Knowledge. Okay, if I rip out a giant fungus, I get mushrooms. Alright, that's nice. Let's rip some out then. What the hell? Technological ruins. What's this? I can get technological artifacts using the rip out action? What? Okay, someone rip that out then. And here we are, mushroom soup. That's 10 simple dishes. Cooked meals. Now people are worried what happens if they get sick. So we gotta increase their housing satisfaction by improving well-being, social, culture, and knowledge. There's a tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 bonus. But I wanna make their lives satisfying with stuff like good healthcare. So I need an infirmary. But I don't actually think I have one, so maybe I gotta research it. Here we are. It only costs 20 science points. Sounds lovely. So I need 20 rocks for this. You know, I'm gonna just start ripping out all these damn rocks. I don't care what the people say. These rocks can go. Here we are. Heal the sick. Probably want to be inside the range of the tents. Yeah, the commute to the doctor won't be that far. I also want to go back to research and research something on my own. Level of understanding. Seems to be something I can do with the science center. Let's call it the field laboratory. Yeah. So now, like, I can analyze the plant surroundings to understand how they affect each other. That seems kind of interesting. And I can do that on a bunch of plants. In fact, we'll get some cues up. Just try to understand as much as I can, including about the mushrooms. Maybe put together a greater picture. Now, let's get that infirmary built. Nobody's sick yet, but God forbid they are. Ooh, analysis report. Sunshade tree. The pinkish hue of the leaves indicates the presence of certain chemical compounds. When the leaves fall, they break down and contribute to feeding the soil beneath. Whipping gourds appear nearby. Oh, and those are the things that give me water. In fact, here's another whipping gourd. Maybe I should analyze that as well? Yeah, find out what the deal is with that. I've also completed the infirmary. Really quick, let's look at more science. Riverbank fingers. Oh, they increase well-being because they're pleasant to look at. It releases a cool air current wherever it grows well. Comes back to life if located near a lake. In the bush, it produces more resources if a whipping gourd is nearby. Otherwise, it has cooling powers. It attracts dangerous species, but the food is worth it. Interesting. Now let's get some doctors. And there's a whole list of ailments that my citizens can have. So it looks like it just takes some time and resources for that. But no one's sick, so they're just on standby. The citizens have noticed a strange phenomenon, a luminous dot blinking chaotically and only visible at night. They fear it could be a distress signal. Okay, let's try to organize and rescue these people, huh? I can go on an exploration. Cool. In addition to exploring, it can also bring back resources. Very handy. So I think I need to research it, right? Yeah, I was looking at this. This seems fun. So Explorer's Hut. I'll just plop it down here. I've also learned more about plants. The giant fungus. It's an invasive parasite. Sprouts spontaneously near decomposers. Okay, if it sprouts spontaneously, then I don't feel bad about harvesting the big boy anymore. Your ass is mine. Prepare to become soup. What else can I research? Research these out here. And that's all. What do I get? The whipping gourd. So it increases humidity and well-being. decreases temperature, sprouts spontaneously, does not cause injuries when in moist soil. Okay, so if it's in moist soil, the picker's cabin can actually harvest the Linus from it. Why do I feel like I need more water? I feel like I'm not harvesting as quickly as I would like to. I'll get another dock here and build over, and I've completed the explorer's hut in the meantime. Let's take a look at this. So I gotta explore a destination. I start in a starting area. I want to go to the antennas or camps. Let's do the close one. Oh, but I need 3 citizens available. So I actually can't do this. I need more citizens. Oh, analysis? Cinder sprouts, it's those. They spread faster during the dry season and harmful to all plants. Maybe I should just rip it out then, gain the bark. Interesting. Okay, well, field laboratory I think is done for now, so I can take the citizens from here. Or, okay, I need 1 on here, I think. But then I can go to the Explorer's Hub and set out an expedition. I could, so 4 days there, 4 days back. Let's go explore. I need to be able to feed them. Give them some simple dishes. 2 simple dishes is all we need, actually. I have enough rations for 1 trip out, 1 trip back. What if I do more? Explore 4 destinations? I mean, I can over ration. If they don't eat all the food, then it's fine. We can just put it back in the storage afterwards, right? All right, I finished the pontoon. I do want to at least put 1 person on there. The expedition has been sent out. Now we can see them going towards the antenna. I need more citizens. I only have 1 more available citizen. I would prefer that they are collecting water. No citizens are available, so I think I need more huts then, so people can start making babies. So I'll just get the huts right in here, pretty central. Not amazingly satisfied, but get more satisfaction over here. I don't have free builders though. Yeah, everyone's busy. I could have 1 fewer person on the picker's cabin, since I seem to be doing okay on basic food. Expedition has reached its destination. Oh. A storm is raging. With close to no mountains around, the explorers are exposed to the risk of lightning. Searching for shelter, they follow tracks left by previous travelers and reach a tower equipped with a lightning rod. Lit from the inside, the building arouses the group's curiosity. Well, I'll enter it. Scientists enter a round hall, at the center of which lies a dome. A complex formula is carved on a nearby stone slab. It seems the central dome is a machine intended for condensing plant matter until it fossilizes and becomes mineral. However, it requires a live storm and a large quantity of supplies to be activated. They want to fossilize food or plant matter. So this unlocks trade at the bartering outpost. Interesting. I'll trade food since I have a lot of spare food. After half an hour of treatment, the food dehydrates and turns into mineral deposits. Okay. I didn't find any tablets. Explore a new destination. Okay, let's go to the antenna. I'm looking for a tablet and I've got to decipher it. Okay, I've got some tents completed. I see I have tier 1 on some of these. I need to improve social and culture. Maybe there's something in the research that can help with that? Well, I wasn't sure what I'd find, but I did find a boriculture. Allows me to collect resources on plants. That sounds valuable. I have a lot of research, so why not try that? So I can prune and notch. Interesting. Oh, a beginning of a new cycle. Temperate season. We got 3 new children. Excellent, so they can grow up. Let's get a boriculture down here. What's this? There's no nearby storage building distributing food. Oh, the cellar. I built it outside the range of the cellar. Shoot, I guess I'll just build a second cellar then. Out over this way. The expedition has reached this destination. In the bed of what had probably been a strong stream long ago, the explorers follow the luminous signal they spotted from the city, and that leads them to a cave entrance. Although the cold coming out of the cave appeals to the thirsty travelers, it forebodes something strange. Once they enter the cave's narrow entrance, their path stops, closed off by a rectangular slab. The interstices on both sides are lit in a rather chaotic way. The rays of light seem to persist in the air and on the dust. What could this slab be hiding? Force open or use some water to discover a passage. Let's be scientific and smart about this. Explorers freeze and hold their breath, listening to the water seeping into the cracks and cavities of the cave's ground. Using echoes to guide their actions, they discover a side passage. The tunnel has obviously been dug by human hands. Some tools lie on the ground, apparently abandoned by their owners. The party collects them before carrying on their exploration. I got 20 tools. There is a vortex in the middle of the room with a glow that provokes headaches. A metallic contraption forms a perimeter around the whirlwind, but it's hard to guess its use as it seems to be out of order. One of the explorers introduces a tool into the vortex by fixing it to a rope, and the item comes back unharmed. She asks for permission to explore the inside of the vortex. I will allow it. I get 20 tools in 1 tablet. How exciting. Alright, so I got the tablets. Now we return to the city. Excellent. They'll be excited to see this tablet. I wonder if I need so many people on the kitchen. I have over 150% efficiency, and maybe it'd be better taking that off. Oh, but that cuts the time in half. Yeah, but I have like an abundance of food. I'd just be better off doing other stuff. Maybe I could take some people off research as well, just because I think I need more stuff like water and to build the cellar and harvest resources. There's a lot that needs to be done. I made the arborist workshop. Let's see. I need a person on this. Okay, prune or notch. Okay, if I do pruning on this tree way back here, just because it's out of the way of my city, just in case, like, if it does fell the tree, then at least I'm not shit out of luck. And the expedition's returned. Got new trades, new tablets, some tools. I can also launch a new expedition, which I do want to do. Go to the camp, and I want them to actually have proper amount of food. Yeah, 1 trip out, 1 trip back is all we need. I'll bring extra just in case. Again, better safe than sorry. And open the research tree. This is where I deciphered the tablets. Oh, okay. So what does this do for me? Ah, so I could research like sun awnings or water extraction. I think water extraction sounds valuable. I'd rather get a new source of clean water since I feel like I'm a little bit low on those. So now the tablet's deciphered and I can work with water. Yo, this game is fascinating. I feel like I'm just scratching the surface too. There's a lot to managing this city. If you like what you see, go get Synergy via the link in the description. 1.0 just came out. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to watch some other city building management games on my channel. And I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Have a wonderful day and peace.